This research is based on recommending the most appropriate vocational training course for each special needs child based on his or her skills and abilities. This mainly focus on special needs youth children. There are many vocational training centers at Sri Lanka that are available for training many vocational training courses in Sri Lanka. Special needs children have to face many challenges compared to normal children. There are some special needs children who are really difficult to be trained, even to do the basic needs independently. But the majority of these children can be trained so they can do their work independently. But these children have less ability to make correct decisions independently, and it takes a considerable amount of time to learn something correctly compared to normal children. The government of Sri Lanka has introduced vocational training schools through the Social Services Unit that has been established for special needs children. They can enroll in a vocational training course depending on their abilities and skills at those schools under the guidance of qualified teachers. Some of the schools are mentioned below as the Vocational Training Institute at Mahadampe. See the catalog like those schools have training courses such as handicraft course, Juki machine operator course, tailoring course, like that. Focus on the problem. The students who wish to enroll in these courses must have to complete an interview. This process currently happens completely manually at the vocational training centers. This picture displays some interview questions they ask from these children. Based on the marks they obtain and according to the teacher's experience, they recommend an appropriate vocational training course. After that, they have to practice that course for 2 months. If they feel that course doesn't fit to them, they recommend another course. The decision of recommending the suitable vocational training course is mainly based on the teacher's experience. If the teacher is a new teacher, the accuracy of that decision might be low. It also depends on the child's mood at the interview because special needs children are really sensitive people. Currently, this recommending process is done completely in a manual way. This process has never been automated in a technical way to get more accurate decisions. We can reduce the mistakes that can happen due to the factors such as lack of experience of interview teacher, measuring the performance of the special needs child who is really sensitive from a short interview time, like that. The main intention of this project is to fulfill this research gap of recommending the most appropriate vocational training course for each special needs child based on analyzing his or her mental and physical skills data using machine learning techniques. Because no recommendation system has done before for the special needs children. For the implementation of the system, first I had to collect data, then those data should be pre-processed, then the recommendation algorithm should be developed, and finally the results should be evaluated. For the collecting data part, the data was not available online. I wanted data of the previous students who have successfully completed the vocational training course at vocational training centers. So I had to collect data from Cebu Vocational Training School. I got help from the teachers of that school. Then those data should have to be pre-processed by removing unwanted columns and renaming those what are the most effective columns that we need to decide the vocational training course, like speaking ability, mathematical ability, like that. Then we can focus about the developing method. I have used the collaborative filtering method for the recommendation system. Collaborative filtering is a technique that we can filter out the user, what the user might like by item-based reactions by similar users. In this research, I wanted to find out the similar child which he or she have similar physical and mental abilities and skills when comparing to the new entrant child. Considering that this research is based on user-based collaborative filtering, there are many ways to decide similar user. This research uses the following method to find a similar child. First one is the finding the distance between two children. The second one is the finding cosine distance between two children. If we look into the architecture diagram of the system, the main intention is to give the recommended vocational training course that indicates by this user inputs the new entrance skill levels, then the system gives the recommended course as the feedback. As additional features, we can give an option to select available courses, and then we can visualize by diagrams what are the wanted skill levels for the selected course. As an additional feature, we can give admins to add data, and we can pre-process that, and we can validate the accuracy and add those data also to our existing database. If we look into the data tier, we have train data, test data, and admin user data. The data gathered mainly in these categories like skill level for doing self-introduce, doing basic mathematical calculations, writing ability, reading ability, like that. We get data of previous students, what is the course that he followed, and what are the skill levels of that specific child. Let's look into the code. First, I have imported the data set. Then I have removed the name of the child, age, like those unwanted columns. Then I have added an ID column. I have renamed the column as I want to the easiness of using this. And let's look into the recommendation code. First I have used first I have to get the distance values and cosine similarity values between the new entrant childs and previous children. The available dataset includes the skills and ability levels of the previous students who have completed those vocational training courses successfully. So we have to find the most similar child who has the same skills and ability levels comparing to the new entrant skill in new entrant child's skills and abilities.